Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about how to make so much money it feels like cheating. So I've got a diagram for you that I've drawn on my little whiteboard here. That's going to help with this process, okay? So, first of all, I want to talk about becoming wealthy, okay? So being wealthy, okay? So in order to attract more wealth into your life, you can't think and feel lack anymore. You have to feel abundant. You have to be thinking of how you can create more wealth. You have to be wealth consciousness, basically. Okay, and you have to feel wealthy. Okay, so this is all about your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Okay, so you have to think in terms of wealth creation. What can I do to make more money? How can I make more money? What can I do? And saying your affirmations, like I am wealthy, I'm abundant, and looking for things to sort of like feel more abundant. So for example, the abundance of leaves, the abundance of trees, because maybe thinking of the abundance of money is quite difficult. So you think about other things that are in abundance in your life. Maybe you've got an abundance of love because you've got many friends and you've got many family members. Sometimes you have to go very general with abundance before you can be more specific with it. But if you can think thoughts that are wealthy, okay, then you will be able to feel more abundant, okay? Or if you start to feel abundant, you'll be able to think more abundantly, okay? And then the actions that you take will be more effective in terms of wealth creation, okay? Because you can't, if you feel lack, and if you're thinking in lack, the actions that you're going to take are not going to be very effective, because more than likely, if you're feeling quite defeated and you're feeling all this lack, then you might be inclined to not work on your dreams, to not work on your goals, to not take action. Whereas if you are feeling excited about your abundance, your future abundance, and you feel excited about your future abundance, and you feel abundant, you feel great, then you're going to feel more inspired and you're going to take better action. Okay? So becoming a wealthy person can sometimes all just start with the way that you're thinking and the way that you're feeling, okay? And learning how to become that abundant being. Now, by becoming that abundant being, you may attract wealth to you as well. You may attract opportunities to you because you're thinking and you're feeling differently. And this makes a lot of sense, because if you're thinking and you're feeling differently, you're projecting yourself out into the world very differently. Whereas if you go around feeling lack, if you go around feeling not so great about money and abundance, then you're going to be putting out a different kind of energy into the world, and people are going to be noticing that energy. You're going to attract less opportunities. Whereas if you feel enthusiastic and you feel inspired and you feel excited about your future, you're going to be a different personality. You're going to be doing different things, okay? You're going to be acting differently. Your vibe is going to be different, okay? So you're going to attract more opportunities to you. So let's talk then about actions, okay? So what is it then that makes a lot of people wealthy? Okay, so let's take some practical looks at what rich people do, okay? So you can emulate that behavior. So one of the things that wealthy people do, and how you can create your own wealth is through assets. Now, an asset is something that makes money for you, okay? It appreciates in value, not depreciates. So if you think about your car, for example, your car depreciates in value, okay? The moment that you take your car off the parking lot, it's already, you've only driven a couple of miles, it's already devalued somewhat, okay? So so your car is not your asset, okay? It's already devalued by the fact that it's now been used. Now, another thing that people get confused with is their house. A lot of people think their house is an asset, but your house is only an asset if it's making you money, okay? Now, you may be thinking, oh yeah, well, the house market goes up all the time. It's appreciated in value in the last 5 years. Yes, that may be true, but have you seen that money? Is that money coming into your bank account? No, because more than likely you're probably saving that house, and maybe you're going to live in that house until you die, and then you're going to give that house to your children. So how then? So your house isn't really an asset because you're always maintaining it. You're paying off your mortgage, or you're paying the bills on it, or something breaks and you have to fix it. You have to get a plumber in or something like that. More than likely it's taking money away from you, okay? So if you look at your bank account statements and you can see that you've not earned any money through your house, and you've in fact lost money because you've had to pay and repair things, it's not an asset. But you can turn your house into an asset if you do something like rent out a room, or perhaps you buy a new house and you rent out that old house that you're living in right now. That's ways how you can turn your house into an asset. Okay. So think of terms of how can I create more assets in my life. Now, of course, another form of asset is if you invest. Okay. So if you invest your money into secure investments that you know gradually will go up over time. This is not financial advice, obviously. I'm not like a financial expert, but that's one of the things I know about a lot of people. A lot of people that are wealthy have stocks and shares or bonds in certain investments. Okay, so all you have to do is read some books then on investment. So for example, I think the best books on this are the ones that I've read by Tony Robbins, which is Money, Master the Game, The Path, and Unshakable. Those are the ones that I've read, and those go into great detail on how you can actually create and invest in very safe ways. Okay, so your money is actually, you're not losing your money. So one of the worst ones that I've been seeing recently are these like pump and dump coins that you see a lot of celebrities sort of endorsing. And basically what these coins do is they skyrocket up when the celebrity says invest in this, and then it just drops down to zero and all those people lose their money, and the celebrity probably like cashed out like when it was at the peak, right before it was about to crash. Okay, so that's one of the worst things. But if you can invest in secure investments, which you can easily look up if you read some books on financial advice, that's one of the ways that you can start getting some investments in. And of course, you can always find a financial advisor that can help you with those things. But it's all about, so what you're doing here with these investments is you're making the money that you earn work for you, right? So let's say you earn $2,000 a month. Let's say that's your income, and you put 200 into this investment account. And what you'll find is that steadily over time, it will start to develop compound interest, and it will just becoming more and more valuable, and you'll be getting more and more money from it. Okay, so that's one of the ways that you can do that. Okay, so that's another way you can create assets, and that's a lot easier to do now, I think, because there's so many apps you can get that can do that. But of course, you may want to look into the right apps for you. So you can start investing today if you get the right app. Okay, so you may want to look that up, put in ChatGPT or something like that. But so that's an asset. Okay, having stocks and shares, those kinds of things. Those things are assets because more than likely, yes, the market does go down, but of course the market always goes up again. And actually, there was an interesting thing that I heard. I don't know if it was Warren Buffett or it was someone else, but usually when the stock market crashes, a lot of people who are wealthy actually get really greedy during that time because stocks and shares become really cheap, or they become cheaper. So a lot of people who are very financially smart, what they'll do is they'll invest loads more when the stock market crashes, because of course the stock market goes down, but then it also goes back up again eventually. Okay, and they've just bought all these stocks and shares for cheap, and then it goes back to how it was before, and they've earned a good profit basically, and they've done a secure investment. So a lot of people get scared when the stock market crashes, then they start to sell, but that's when the rich people start to buy, because that's when things get really cheap. Okay, so another way that you can create wealth is by building and creating. Now, this is one of the ways that I know Elon Musk is famously got wealthy for. So he built PayPal. I don't think he owns it anymore. I think he sold it. But I don't know anyone who hasn't used PayPal, right? I know and a lot of people who pay coaching with me do it through PayPal. I know so many people that use that, and he built it, and obviously people needed it because otherwise it wouldn't be used. So Elon Musk is really good at building things that people want, that people need. So you may not like him or whatever. I don't really have much of a big opinion on him, but all I know is that he's really good at creating things that people need and want. And the reason why I know they need and want them is because people buy them. People buy his cars. People buy Tesla cars. People use PayPal. These are all things that were first designed by Elon Musk, and I think Elon still owns Tesla, so he's still creating cars with that. And of course, recently everyone's talking about how we've done SpaceX and all this kind of stuff, and his space, and he's trying to get us to Mars and all these kinds of things. But these are all things that people want. These are all things that people need. So you can do this as well. You can think of, okay, is there something that I could create that people want, that people need? Perhaps it's a service. Perhaps it's like a coaching service, like what I do with my dating and relationship business. People are always having troubles with their relationships. People are usually always in trouble, trying to attract a mate and things like that. So I get quite a lot of business because a lot of people are trying to have a better love life and trying to improve their love life. So a business like mine is probably always going to be around to help with those kinds of things. Okay. So it's all about thinking of where there's like a need in the market and seeing if you can create something, see if you can build something. And that's another way that you can create wealth, because what you want to do is you really want to have multiple income sources. So if you've got your 9 to 5, that's great. How about as well building a YouTube channel or a side business or something like that, and also having assets like renting out a room in your accommodation, or buying a new house and then renting out the old one, things like that. Think of how you can do this. Think of how you can save money to be able to do these things as well. And of course as well, there's buying investments and stuff like that. But as you can see, like if you're feeling lack and if you're not feeling abundant, you're probably going to be really scared to try out any of these things, right? So that's one of the reasons why a lot of people sell when they see the stock market crashing, because they're so scared and they feel lack. Okay, whereas an abundant person, like a really wealthy person, sees the stock market crashing and they feel really excited and they get really greedy because they're like, oh my god, look at all these cheap shares, these are going to make so much money in like a few months time when the stock market goes back up. That's the mindset that they have. They only see abundance. Okay, so even if they see the stock market crashing and things that they've already invested in go down, they don't care. They're like, wow, well, these are going to be really cheap now, so I'm going to buy loads more, and then it just goes back up again. That's just how they think, you see. So this is how you can become wealthy, okay? And you can do this in a relatively short amount of time if you just think outside the box. And the first thing that would be really quick is if you can just change your thoughts and feelings to ones of abundant, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.